But first to Strathconnan. Some 15 miles north of Inverness, this is a remote glen, a place that's often ignored in the journey to Scotland's mountainous west coast or the dramatic hills of Sutherland. It may be the first time the Highlander has been run, but even so, it's drawn experienced racers from right across Britain.
They come all the way from Cornwall to take part.
Someone like Tim here is a Welsh champion orienteer this year.
We don't have any particularly high aspirations, we just want to enjoy the day and get to the end.
Just hoping for 2 days of adventure, really, I think. And winning, of course.
There are 5 separate classes competing here this weekend. Each will follow a different course over the hills. All entrants compete as pairs, and depending on ability, they'll race on either side of this wild, remote glen. We'll be dipping into all of the action, but especially the fortunes, or otherwise, of the fastest teams, those who've opted for Class A. But just 15 minutes before the race is due to start, there's a distinct lack of activity. So it's 8:15 in the morning, that's the registration tent behind me. Now it says follow the markers to the start. We followed the markers to here, and the road splits. So we don't know where the start of the race is. And now these guys here are actually taking part. For us it's not too bad. For them, potentially disastrous. They've got 14 minutes to get to the start now. What class are you in?
We thought the weather was going to be awful, which is why we went for the C class.
And have you carrying quite a lot of stuff with you? Obviously you've got lots of chocolate bars and all the rest of it.
Too much.
Which is one of the biggest dilemmas on this marathon. The teams must carry all the gear they need to survive and camp overnight. It's sunny right now, but temperatures are likely to plummet. So the dilemma facing each team is this: should they carry more weight and be comfortable, or go light and suffer the consequences?
Lightest thing possible.
Yeah?
I have comfort, and then make them carry it.
Seconds away from the start, what's going to happen is they've got the little dib thing and they'll stick them in there, then they'll pick up their maps, then they'll pick up the coordinates here, and then pretty much nothing will happen because they have to actually look at the map, work out where they're going. This is the most important bit. They've got to go in the correct direction. If they go in the wrong direction, it's going to be miserable for the next 2 days.
Anyone for the 8:32 start? All right.
The team set off at minute intervals, and right now they don't know their exact course. They're only given their route map and details of their checkpoints as they cross the starting line.
Well, it's nice to go the right way when you start, because we have in the past sprinted flat out diametrically in the opposite direction from where we should be going. So where are we going? Nice not to do that again.
Okay, go for it.
Now, would this be a bad time to ask, are they actually going in the right direction already?
I have no idea.
Oh, God. So it could be that way, couldn't it?
Exactly, or it could be that way. Yes. Until they've actually marked on their maps what their course is, they don't know, because all the controls are on the map.
I can't help you, obviously.
Yeah, we know.
Or hinder you.
The lady kindly told us where.
Yeah.
So how do we know where we're going? We've got
Rules.
Follow the other people. Rules. That seems to be the general consensus.
So is which one's A and C?
Is that right?
Which one's A?
Who do you reckon we should?
We've no idea yet. We've no idea. I mean, I take it you're obviously having a joke here, gentlemen. But are you?
We're not.
What are the biggest difficulties in an event such as this?
Crossing deer fences if there's any.
Deer fences with those shorts on can be quite tricky. Yeah.
Well, it could be.
I mean, after the mountain marathon in October, it was serious blisters, serious chafing on, everywhere really. So it's pretty hard going on.
And you do this why?
Because in about a month you enjoy it.
There we go.
5, 2, 1.
Just really follow everybody else. On the camera.
Oh, look at the state of this. On rain.
Sweating on it. All right. Onward and outward.
Let's go.
Mountain marathons are an acquired taste. Hours of running over the hills, carrying everything you need on your back, and trying to find a number of checkpoints that can be anything but obvious. So what prompted this new event in the British racing calendar?
Well, we looked at the calendar for mountain marathons, and there's a couple in the summer and there's one in October. There was nothing in the spring. And we thought, sometimes you get days like this in the spring. I thought we'd just hit it right and get a nice day in the spring. It's probably the best time of year to be out on the hills. So we thought, why not?
It's an area that people don't know because there's no through road, there's no big Munros that would draw people here. So it's a little undiscovered gem.
Oh right! Well, we're running camera.
What would you say are the challenges for you guys actually organising the event then?
It's not knowing what's going to happen on the day. I mean, it could have been snow here. It could have been ice on the tops. So we try to have a sensible approach to say, well, we'll put a 700-metre ceiling on the event to try and keep people off the real tops. So the real challenges are getting an event that people enjoy, and in a nice area, so that's what we were trying to do.
I'd like to thank the organisers for laying on the snowy peaks.
They've got to be self-sufficient, so they've got to carry a tent, sleeping bag, sleeping mat, food, stove, weather equipment, and everything to be self-sufficient. If they get stuck on the hill, they can look after themselves.
But there will be occasions that perhaps maybe one or two get lost. Is that a concern for you?
Well, I am anticipating one or two teams to do some interesting route choices.
The best way up is probably following the deer track, otherwise you're floundering the heather for too long. There's a good gully there. My camera's just gone the wrong way.
If you're fast and you go the wrong way, you can go a very long way in the wrong direction until you sort yourself out. Yes, sometimes being fast is not the best tactic.
Our tactic is to be very slow at the beginning so we can follow the footprints of the other teams and then whip past them. And then whip past them at the end.
Run as fast as we can and try and not make any mistakes. And win.
We've changed the routine for the A-class people. First time I think it's been done, that instead of it being a linear course for them today, they've got to get to all the controls, but they choose what orders they get them in, and there's no clear, obvious route.
No control here.
In most mountain marathons, competitors are given a set route to follow. If you miss one of the 9 checkpoints, you are eliminated. Today's elite runners, those in Class A, have to plot their own course over the hills. This is new territory for most racers. So what's the secret of success? I went in search of the course designers.